In this session, let's understand the concept of hoisting. Again, very interesting but easy concept. And what does it say is, at the compile time, when we execute a particular JavaScript program, at the compilation phase, it will move all the function declarations and variable declarations at the top. And what does this mean is, let's say we have a function, something like ABC, which might be just doing something printing in the console. We have this function at line number 10, but I can still go ahead and call this function before even it's declared. This is okay. We can go ahead and run this program and we'll still get 200 in the output, which means line number 9 is able to execute the function. And this is because in the compile time, it will take all the variables and functions up in the order. They will declare them first and then execute the rest of the code later. And what we're talking about is only declaration. And that is important when it comes to variables. We'll talk about it in a moment. Let's understand for function first here. We can use a function before it is declared in a particular program. And this is happening because of this concept of hoisting. Now there is one interesting line here that says functions are hoisted but not a function expression. Now let's say I convert this function into a function expression. How do we do that? We can have a variable, say let ABC is equal to this, and maybe I can make it into an anonymous function. Now can I use this ABC function before it is declared? No, it is not allowed. Like if I try to run it now, it'll give me the reference error. Even though we declare ABC with var, will not be able to use it. In this case, the error is different. It says it's a type error, which says ABC is not a function. The reason being var ABC and let ABC, the way they are declared and initialized in terms of hoisting is little different. There are two things that we want to understand in this session. One is function hoisting. Let's get clear about that. So a function is hoisted as long as we have a normal function that is hoisted. I can use it in the program before even it is declared. It is fine. But if it is a function expression, it is not hoisted. Okay. Now let's comment it out. Now let's come to the variables part. Variables are also hoisted, but it's a little different. In the sense, let's say I have a variable declared with var a is equal to 100. Now in this one, there are two things. There is variable declaration and then there is variable assignment. In the process of hoisting, variable declaration is done, but not the assignment. So if I try to access the variable before line 17 here, see I do console.log and try to access the value of a, we will not get into a reference error or type error, but we'll see undefined in the output, because what happens is this will be hoisted, the declaration of a will happen, and it will be initialized with undefined. So when we run it, in the output we'll see undefined as output because there is nothing inside it, the assignment of the variable. So basically if I break this down in two parts, var a, which is declaring the variable, and a is equal to 100, which is actually initializing that variable or assigning some value to that variable. So these two things are different. This thing happens in hoisting, but not this, right? And that's the reason at this point, when we are trying to access the variable, we are not getting into any error, but we are also not getting that value 100. Okay, this is slightly different from let. If we try to define a variable with let, now again it will be hoisted. Yes, there is a variable present when we come to point 15 here, but it will not be initialized also. So when we run this program now, we will not have even undefined in the output, and then we'll be into a reference error. And it says cannot access a before initialization. So there is a variable present, but we are not able to access because there is no value, not even undefined inside it. So just need to understand three things here. Functions, yes, we can use before definition. Function expressions, no, we cannot use. In terms of variables, if a variable is declared with var, we can use that variable, but there is no value inside it. So assignment, we have to make sure that assignment of variable is done. And if a variable is declared with let, then yes, the variable is hoisted, but it is not initialized. So there is no value, even not undefined inside it. And we may run into this kind of error. So these three things we need to keep in mind when we want to understand the concept of hoisting. Okay, and we'll revisit this concept again in multiple sections as these sessions progress. If you have any questions, let me know.